A sudden transfer knock could change Barcelona's late summer fortunes. Surrey, a heavyweight as Roma, have reignited interest in Abde. The winger Barca sold to Real Betis, and a move now could deliver urgent cash when the club can least afford delays. With player registrations hanging on fresh income, a stalled approval over Euros 100 million tied to VIP seats at the redeveloped Spotify Camp Nou and the transfer window clock ticking, this is more than gossip. It is a potential solution to a paperwork crisis that could determine which players walk out onto the pitch this season. Even a modest fee would buy breathing room and calm anxious supporters. To understand why one seemingly small sale matters, we have to rewind to when Barcelona moved Abde on. In the summer of 2023, Barca agreed a Euro 7.5 million transfer of Abde to Real Betis while retaining a buyback option and half of any future sale, a deal the club announced publicly at the time. That initial structure meant Barcelona remained financially tied to the winger's future moves even after he left the Camp Nou. The picture shifted again during subsequent negotiations tied to other transfers. When Barcelona and Betis rearranged terms connected with the exit of Vitor Roque, Betis secured an additional 30 percentage points of AB's economic rights, a swap that left Barcelona holding 20% of any future transfer fee. That change is crucial. It transforms a headline transfer fee into a much smaller immediate payment to Barca, but one that could still be meaningful given their current constraints. Barcelona's need for cash is real and tightly timed. The club is waiting for auditors and La Liga to sanction Euros 100 million tied to VIP seat sales at the renovated stadium, money that would restore certain financial ratios and clear the way to register new signings without restriction. Until that accounting is accepted, Barca face limits on the salary cap and on their ability to make all pending deals official, a bottleneck that has had supporters and administrators watching the calendar as closely as the transfer lists. Reports and summaries across the Spanish press have documented this exact squeeze and the unresolved paperwork involved. Enter Roma. Italian outlets and sports reporters now suggest the Serie A side has renewed interest in Abde and could value him around Euros 20 million, a headline figure that has reignited conversations in Barcelona offices. If that price materializes and the arithmetic holds, Barcelona's 20% share of a Euros 20 million transfer would amount to Euros 4 million. Calculated as 20 million multiplied by 0.20 equals 4 million. Money that, while modest relative to elite transfer fees, could be the precise increment needed to tip registrations over the line. Those reports are circulating today and have been picked up by several international outlets. What would Euros 4 million actually buy Barca right now? Practically, it could act as an emergency bridge. Payment to satisfy a registration shortfall, cover part of a wage allocation, or simply strengthen the club's negotiating posture with auditors and La Liga by showing incoming liquidity. Symbolically, it signals that Barcelona are converting assets, even minority economic rights, into operational relief, but it's important to temper excitement with context. Transfer negotiations are fluid, offers can evaporate, and reported valuations do not equal completed deals. Clubs sometimes test the market to force other moves, and any reported Euros 20 bid would still need to pass Betis' valuation and the players' willingness. For fans and executives alike, the storyline is immediate and human. A player who once wore the Blaugrana shirt could, in a few formal signatures, provide the narrow financial margin the club needs to breathe. The ticking clock of the transfer window sharpens every rumour into a potential lifeline or a cancelled lifeline. The next days will show whether Roma's interest turns into a formal offer, whether Betis entertains it, and whether Barcelona can use any proceeds to clear the registration logjam. Until papers are signed and league approval follows, the drama remains a high-stakes negotiation, part accounting puzzle and part sporting gap. Keep an eye on official confirmations, because until then this story sits at the intersection of rumour, finance and the last-minute theatre of the transfer market.